Hi everybody, this is Orpha. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Orpha's Fascinations. Thank you to my subscribers, and once again I would like to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you all for your support. Today I'm going to feature a favorite snack that I really love because of my want to really learn how to make that. A friend of mine from a long time ago taught me how to make hopia, but in some ways I had innovated it and it's a lot more easier. In the past, you could only have hopia with onions, or they call it hopiang baboy, or the mung beans. But now you can find different flavors like langka, ube, and pandan even. So today we're going to concentrate on hopia with onions. So first we're going to gather our ingredients for the recipe. First is half cup of butter. We're also going to use a cup of milk. It can be evaporated milk or whole milk. Now if you want it sweet, we can add 1.5 cup of sugar, or you could decrease it as you wish. And then 2 cups of flour. We're also going to have a cup of onions. The shallot onions are great to use. They have strong flavor. However, they could be a little more expensive than the regular onions. I would also use the purple ones if you can avail of that. That's even better than the white ones. I will puree the onions so it will blend in with the rest of the ingredients and you don't feel its texture when you make it into a paste. Now we're ready to make our filling. We heat up the half cup of butter, and once it's melted, we're going to add the pureed onion. Continue stirring until the onion becomes aromatic, where it's starting to cook, and then we're going to add the next ingredient, which is the milk. Now you can use any kind of milk. Here I used 2% milk. It could be whole milk or evaporated milk, and just continue stirring it. Once it's mixed all together, we're gonna get ready for the next ingredient. What we're going to make here is a paste of the onion filling. So just stir it until it thickens, and then add the 1.5 cup of sugar. Now I like my filling a little sweeter because when it's added to the dough, it takes away the sweetness to it. So now we're ready to set aside our filling. You will see some clumps. That's okay, because once we add it to the pastry dough, it will be okay. So now we're ready to make the dough for our hopia or pastry. So first we're going to gather all the ingredients. We would need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to need 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. I prefer using vegetable oil, but you can use any kind of oil. 3/4 cup of water we also need, and if you have a little dash of salt, you can also add that to the mixture and just mix together in a mixing bowl all the dry ingredients with the liquid ingredients. And after you mix it together, you can knead it, you can roll it, and just work on your dough. Here I'm rolling the dough, and then this recipe will yield about 24 pieces of hopia, but you can also make it up to 32 pieces if you want it smaller in sizes. So here I'm rolling the dough, and then I will make the paste that will go to the first dough, and that's the secret there. This is the one that makes the dough, when it's all cooked, it will make it flaky. So about a half cup of all-purpose flour. You mix that with about half cup of oil. Now, if it's too thick, you could always add a little bit more of oil. Now, when I do this, I want it a little wet, so it would spread easier on your first dough. And then you just roll out the dough. So you just play on your mixture and see how you can make your paste, and that's what they call the second dough. Anyway, you roll out your first dough, just roll it out. So what I did here, I cut it into half just for the demonstration, and it's easier to work when the first dough is not so long, and then you can just work on the other half as long as you divide the portions into same numbers of whether you're gonna make the whole recipe 24 or 32 pieces. Now I don't want it to be very big, I just want it smaller in sizes, so you don't get filled up so soon if you eat one piece. So you just spread that paste all across the first dough, just like what you're seeing on what I'm doing. And then after you fill the whole surface of the first dough, we're going to work again on this dough, and we're going to roll it again. So just take your time, make sure you cover all areas of the first dough. Here you're gonna take the dough and roll it. Just roll it until you finish rolling it. And then once it's rolled again, that's when you portion it into pieces. So here, actually I made 32 pieces of this out of this recipe. So I just put them together after I cut it in fourths, and then you divide it as evenly as you could. Well, our filling is still a little warm, so I will wait for a little bit, but the recipe that we did earlier is right here. I just divide that into half, so we will have enough for the other dough that I'm going to make. But for the demonstration, I'm just going to make about half of the recipe. Okay, so you just roll out your dough. Make sure that the center part is a little thicker than the rest of the part so it won't open up. And from your filling, you just make a little ball. Okay, and put it there. Just spread it out and then cover with the dough. The first dough, the dough. There you go. And just flatten it. Flatten it, just like that. See how it flattens, but make sure it's a little round. And then, from there, you can fold that into half like a crescent moon, like crescent shape. So there's our hopia with your tea. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time. So what you do, just spread out your dough, roll it out, and just try to make more, a little thicker in the middle. And here we make a little ball. Roll it in your palm and then spread it out. Once you spread it, you take the edges of your dough and then bring it to the center to cover your filling. There you go. And there. And then you just flatten that out. Flatten it. Just like that. And then you fold it into half to give the crescent shape. Now you can continue making your hopia, your pastry. And when you're done, then it's time to bake. You could start heating up the oven to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit while you continue preparing the pastries. So this is what I got after I folded all the dough with the filling. So you just line them up in a baking pan. I lined it with foil and just sprayed some butter to it so it won't stick when you bake. And then break one egg. You just beat it up, and with a brush you can paint every piece of the pastry or the hopia on top of it with the egg yolk, so it will be a little attractive. When it cooks, you will see some yellowish coloration on top of each piece. So continue brushing the egg yolk on all of your pastry, and then you will be set for baking. Now it's ready for baking. At 400 degrees, you bake it until it's golden brown. It may take about 30 to 40 minutes to cook it. And once it's cooked, it's ready to serve, and you can serve it with your favorite drink. And it's yummy, I could tell you that.
Masyadong masarap ang hopia ni Orfa. Oh, it goes well.
That's my friend Ate Betty Miranda. She's just saying that the hopia are really delicious. It tastes good. So thank you for staying with me, and I wish you enjoyed that video. I would also like to acknowledge the person who taught me how to make hopia the first time. It was in the 1980s when I met this couple, the Espiritos. And I don't know where they are right now, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because of my desire to learn how to make my favorite snack. She was able to show me how, and when I have the time, I could make them. Thank you so much, Ate Babes. I also would like to give a shout out to my friend and colleague, Lily Basha. She did my embroidered apron that I used, Orpha's Fascinations, and it says that the secret ingredient is love. Really true. Whatever comes out from your cooking is because of the love you put to it. And thank you, Lily, for that beautiful gift for my birthday. So please continue to subscribe to my channel. Invite your friends to view my videos. You may dislike or like my videos. If you like to make comments, I appreciate that for my improvement. And don't forget, a little bit of love goes a long way. I hope to see you soon. Enjoy your day. Have a blast. Goodbye, my friends. I love you all.